Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity 2. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that she chose to join me today as we talk to Maya. And she says that she needs to set the record straight, folds her arms and wraps her knuckles against her bicep. Which bicep? How's the bicep? Isn't the bicep? One of our biceps, I guess. I was thinking of the stomach muscles. But she's doing it, that's not the bicep, that's something else. She's doing it in her arm. Is this about your mission?
Yeah. Been thinking about it a lot. I didn't get into this business so I could shoot first in a battle that hadn't even started, you know? I know the Ranganui wants to see results, but I never thought any of us would be complicit in something like assassination. We're shooting at people with dangerous ideas, and assuming the ideas will die with them.
Huh. Yeah, this is not related to what we were messing around with last episode, and I'm recording this episode right on the back of the previous one. So I'm still, my head space is still with the whole Elithus trying to destroy the world, effectively. And she's talking more of a local political situation. She also said that before, specifically this. I take it you never ask these sort of questions while fighting with the Navy.
It's a little different when the enemy's ship is turning about, their cannons glinting like a spider's eyes. You don't find time for a lot of deep, ethical discussions.
It's a funny sentiment from an expert marksman.
Funny depends on where you're standing, I guess.
She furrows her brow.
I can see attacking a fortress or an enemy ship. I can see taking aim at the soldier wearing the tallest hat. I killed a chieftain for spreading good ideas. It's not the same thing. If my talent with a gun caused anyone to think that a bullet is a one-size-fits-all problem solver, that says more about them than it does about me.
Does it really? You sound ambivalent.
Yashiz is a good listener, but he's too dumb to offer much perspective. I could use some of yours right about now.
Maya gives you an inquisitive look. I'm concerned that assassination sets the wrong precedent. Which is sort of, I'm gonna say that most likely, which is sort of what she's saying as well. But at first I thought that she was referring more to the people close to the people she kills. But she's referring to the people that control her. If my talent with a gun caused anyone to think that a bullet is a one-size-fits-all problem, it says more about them than it says about me, she says. That's specifically about the people who control her. And I just didn't see that the first time around when she said that. Bullets are cheaper than armies. You're sparing the lives and resources. Huh. That's a common argument in certain instances. What I mean is any argument is a common argument in any instance. That's not really what I mean. I mean, sort of, in warfare, there's a name for this, and it's always been like this throughout human history. So this argument sort of comes up time and again. The problem isn't really what's cheaper. You know, the cheapest? In sparing the most lives, that's not doing anything, and that's how easily that argument goes by, falls. The problem is this is an incomplete argument. You need to specifically link the assassination of a person to the effect of it, because evidently, if you stay still, that you can't link staying still to an effect, because that's inaction. You can't link inaction to a well, you can, but you know what I mean, right? This argument doesn't make sense. It never makes sense because it's incomplete. So you can easily destroy it. But that's also somebody or me saying this argument is also in saying I'm wrong because I'm not saying the whole argument. That's also disingenuous. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It just means that I'm not expressing it correctly. So the question it's not really about what is cheapest, but rather if it really works. And that just goes back to her line. It's just I feel that this is not the correct way of looking at it because I don't know that it works. Especially, I mean, the last time we saw her assassination or one of her... What happened? We read her soul. We saw that it didn't work. Somebody immediately took up their place and started saying the same things. And she's like, well, my job is done. I'm out. And she killed the father of a kid anyway. And the kid was right there and whatnot. And so it makes sense that she would have this ambivalence. This is a hard path to defend. History won't be kind. History. I'm not sure what I would mean by history when I would say this. The other day I was recording Dragon Age Origins and I was talking about how history is such a culturally significant, or rather, how the notion of history is so it changes so much with the culture. Saying history won't be kind is more, it's probably on the sort of European attitude towards the history rather than any other people of the world, really. It's the fact that we have writings that are so old and base our culture, and I say European, but I mean as well around Europe, North Africa, and Middle East and Asia. Well, not Eastern Asia, mind you. I mean, maybe Eastern Asia as well. And in fact, most likely Eastern Asia. I just don't know for a fact because I don't know history of those people very well. But what I mean is, like, what do you mean history won't be kind? If her effects are good, and if she's never mentioned, history will be kind. Now, mind you, if history mentions her, and even the fact that just me saying history mentions something, that's like the books mention. So I'm referring specifically to books, which is probably how history is made, or kept anyway, in the Valiant Society, or whatever society we're in. Not the Juana, certainly not the Juana. Raotai can't compete with Valiant funds, Principe numbers, or Juana power. They can't? I did not get that perception. This is super important. If that's the case, then what I was saying before about siding with Rawatai just makes me a lot happier. If they're the underdog here, not necessarily, they're not really. It's just, it's complicated. I still feel the Juana people are the underdogs. And they're gonna be the ones that, that's probably the moral of the story in all of this. Whenever there's a lot of political power vying for more power, it's very easy to tell a story about how the common folk are the ones that suffer, no matter who owns the land. It's all too common a sight, and it's just how that's how history works. And when I say history, I mean in a general sense, not what is left behind. It's what you look at if you look behind us and you see, yeah. So maybe that is what's gonna happen at the end of the game, but not for right now. I'm concerned that assassination sets the wrong precedent, Maya.
You're saying maybe this isn't a memory we want to take home?
Nodding to herself, Maya seems less thoughtful and more resolved. She cracks her neck and rolls her shoulder, letting out a relieved sigh.
You could be right. If we let this sort of thing spin out of control, it won't do us any good in the long run. If we go Atsura's way, we had better be sure that killing the right people makes a difference. Damn sure. And if we fall back on what we know, cannons, sieges, occupation, we'd better commit to fighting a moving target. We won't succeed if we don't understand the tribes. And something tells me that we aren't there yet.
I think that's an understatement. That's something right there. And I think that's on purpose, and she knows it. The tribes have the entire archipelago as their battleground.
I'm sure the Navy would love to test their might against a challenge, even if Atsura is worried about the cost.
Well, I had other questions.
I've got some answers.
No, you don't. Let's be off. And we have level ups as well, which we can do. We also need to talk to Prince Aruihi. Let's get one level up in there. Just one. And just go up on alchemy? Not really. Arcana, for sure. Diplomacy? Mm-hmm. That's right. And my full score is 15, in fact, because I took care of that. I have gotten a new ability for a chanter or a druid. That's pretty good. And we are waiting for that Drake, most likely. We have, this is a phrase, this is a chant, so I don't need it. I haven't done the spell shaping yet. I need to do that. This is more phrases. I don't want phrases, because that's not how I'm playing my character over here. Friendly auras, these are, what are they called? Incantations? What? No, these are auras. These are phrases too. No, these are phrases. What are these? These are the invocations. That's the one. Okay, so yeah, I could get these. These I can't, and I mean I don't want to. Okay, let's see what the druid has. Besides hiccups, the druid always has hiccups. Nothing amazing. I could get summons. Action speed with summon creature spells. It's not really that worth it. Like, I want summons, but I want late game summons. Do I want that? No, I don't want that. I chose that. I think I chose that on camera for our previous ones. So, do I want the hurricane? No. That's not a summon. Self sets energized for extra might and penetration. Swamp Spore to fight the Chanter. Was that one for? If the spore is killed, it releases a noxious gas sickening all nearby until combat ends. Whoa, that's quite something. A full sickness forever. That must be... there must be a check against that. That's pretty good. This one is just getting another Drake that is enraged, so that's not that big of a deal. And these animated weapons will be something I will get eventually. So if I start getting summons down in here, I suppose that's where I want to go with. Right? It makes sense. It's tricky because my character is so focused. Foe target does a bunch of damage. That's versus reflex. Really? You know what? That's actually not too bad. Oh. What was that one? Extra damage. Attacks enemies in 7 directions around the Chanter with bolts of freezing ice. Oh no. Yeah. That's full target, but it's 7 directions. Hell yeah. Unless there's something here that I might want. Friendly aura for all damage shields. Maximum health. There are some things on here that are pretty good. Fortitude, will. Actually, you know what? Let's go with extra will. Choosing those is sort of... I mean, it's good, but it's a bit of a waste if I don't use them, and I probably won't.
I say it is not every day that a ship pulls into port from Margaret's teeth. You are not too singed, I hope.
Aruihi looks you up and down, clearly impressed. And the narrator should say down and downer, because I'm just so tiny compared to him.
Our enemies scramble for Ukaizo, dropping all pretense of strategy in their panic and haste.
Sighing, Aruihi gestures for you to speak freely. Well, I don't know if I have questions to pose.
Ikera, both topics I know well.
No, oh, because I asked specifically about things. Yeah. Oh, wait, she's not here? Onakaza's not here. I thought I had to talk to her. I mean, I probably do, but let's level up more. Hey there, how's it going? Let's see, athletics, absolutely. And I'm mixing up diplomacy with survival. Let's go with survival first. Also, I'm not sure if it actually matters going too high on the helper skill. So, Adair is pretty amazing. He's incredibly strong at defense. The fighter has a small chance to gain discipline each time they are critically hit. And they have the clear route, and I have inspired discipline. Does it, yeah, I kind of wanted that, didn't I? Yeah. So it sets a bunch of plus bunch for a lot of it's kind of amazing. This is really good, actually. This is fantastic, so I'll go with that. And that's that. Okay, easier it couldn't be. And Shodi over here, getting religion and history. Let's go with that. Let's go with, actually, let's go up on mechanics, even though it doesn't matter, actually, so I'll go up on athletics. Then I am getting a single priest ability. For AoE. What? Ignites a powerful zeal within allies that manifests in an aura that shocks any nearby enemies. Oh yeah, right, I remember that one. But I want her for buffs. So that's what I... Friendly AoE for insightful, lasts for a bunch of time. That's actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that. Unless I want other things. Which I don't believe I do. No, I want that. Good. Crowns of the Faithful. Or for the Faithful. And I think we're done. Let's go. They're not talking to me. Let's go upstairs. Daily wage is gone. Throne room. Is it through here? Yeah, there's nobody there, so... Yeah, it must be through here. Now, of course, I'll save here, because if I don't need to go upstairs, I might as well just get the save. Did I save a bunch of times? Because I saw a bunch of quick save showing up, and I don't know what that means. Quick save completed. Did I do that many? Maybe I did. Anyway, we're gonna talk to Ukaizo, and hopefully she will tell me more about her proposal, and hopefully I won't need to vow to help her.
Every corner of the Deadfire babbles of the devastation from Magrin's teeth.
The queen wears a furrow down her brow that looks fixed in place.
And Aothis marches on Ukaizo while I juggle armloads of enemies. This is no coincidence. Nagati is testing me, I say.
She's really stuck on that note, isn't she? I'm gonna say nothing.
If you have spent any time in the Deadfire at all, the myth of lost Ukaizo can be no mystery.
Ukaizo leans forward in her chair. Wasn't it the capital of the old Huana Empire?
Ikera, you have the right of it. Some of us would see its purpose restored. They say the beaches of Ukaizo spanned impossible horizons, and its towers graced the light of distant stars.
She blinks up at the sky, her gaze tracing an unseen shape.
At night, I even... but it is nothing.
She waves the matter aside as if brushing at a moth. Have you been dreaming of Ukaizo, Highness?
Ikera, since I was a child.
Ukaizo slowly exhales through her nose.
Do your dreams ever wake you in the dark of the night? To find yourself trembling and tangled in blankets soaked with sweat? Do you ever open your eyes, feeling both fearful and sick?
Blinking, Ukaizo folds her arms and looks from Shodi back to you.
Curious company you keep, Watcher.
No? Just me then?
When I close my eyes, I stand before the gates of Ukaizo. There are always 3. For what would there be 3 gates?
I was gonna say 3 people going in, but I'm not sure. That wouldn't make much sense. She furrows her brow and shakes her head, clearly a question she has asked herself many times before.
I do not say I am meant to go, but the gods. They want the Huana to return and reclaim what we lost.
The gods certainly aren't above picking favorites.
For what do the tribes not fight each other? For what are we united if not to take back lost Ukaizo?
For not fighting each other and being united? That's a bit of a end in and of itself. Ukaizo shows her teeth. It's difficult to tell if she's smiling or grimacing.
Under Wodika's gaze do we keep order. Atop Nagati's seas are we tested. From Ikuhu's bowels do we carry wisdom back to the tribe.
That's Barath, yeah, of course.
You sure that's wisdom?
Revelation comes from unlikely places, soldier. I say you should have learned this on the battlefield.
Onikaza nods to Adair.
The gods want this for us, I say. We have come this far to restore order and earn back our empire.
Chuckling to herself, Maya shakes her head.
You have thoughts, soldier?
Onikaza shoots her a withering look.
Valia came here to make some coin. Rawatai followed to catch up with Valia. Now the Huana are scrambling to catch up to Rawatai. It'd be funny if it wasn't gonna get so many good people killed.
Anyone who stands in our way is a wave to be crested. Your superiors should know this already.
Onikaza flares her nostrils and nods.
So, Watcher, do we unite and sail for Ukaizo?
Onikaza eases forward in her throne and studies you, unblinking. I think I need to commit. I'm not ready to commit to this, though.
I hope we don't stand around wasting each other's time.
The queen narrows her eyes.
For what do you do this?
Takeo raises a shaking hand to his mouth.
Your captain needs a nudge towards reason, I say.
She nods to Takeo.
Busy yourself making up your mind. I will make preparations to launch an advance force. With or without you.
Onikaza motions to the stairs down. Yeah. Do I need to go all over the place and talk to these people? Is that what I need to do? I don't want to do that. Let's go to the Wild Mare. Is it the Wild Mare? I think it is. The burned book grows warm in your pack. It does? What burned book is that? I didn't know I had that. What? Is it quest item? It must be a quest item. Sort this by date. Is it everything? I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Oh, there it is. Burned Book of Law. The binding of the stone reeks of smoke. What few pages remain are crinkled and black. Based on the few chapters or chapter headers that survived the fire damage, this might have been a book of antiquated laws. Now it's nothing more than a charred relic of authority. Okay, let's save the game before anything else. And let's open the book. Oh, it's how you talk to Magrin. No, this is Woodika. Right. That display at Kahanga Palace was shameful to witness. Nothing less than proof of why mortals require capable rulership and a strong hand. I think that's Woodika talking. When I walk among them again, I'm reading. I think I'm reading, not hearing her. Chaos of that sort want to be tolerated. Authority and temperament are non-negotiable. You blame mortals when a god is the one sowing chaos. Eothas has done nothing but exposed an existing flaw, one which would have cracked even if we had let it be. My siblings took a valiant swing at Eothas, but it seems our intervention will have to wait until we've had time to gather our strength. What of you, Watcher? Your bearing is set and Ukaizo looms on the horizon. After everything you've seen, do you believe mortals are equipped to take control of their destiny, or do they need a firmer hand? That's her line, and that's her dichotomy as well. I don't believe that in that dichotomy, basically. I'm not sure I'll be able to dismiss it offhand, but let's see. A firm hand crushed my castle. We could have done without that. Mortals have a chance if only they'd been given one. They have, and they always have. The gods hold some control over them, but not... They still have, yeah, they have. Barath put me here, so I guess the gods are doing something right. Mortals will destroy themselves if the gods don't show true leadership. Society isn't perfect. It isn't meant to be. That's an interesting way of putting it. Huh. It's not meant by whom, is the question. Let's go to the first one. I like it, I'll say it. A firm hand crushed my castle. I could have done without that. Your heart is thick with vengeance. Even in defiance do you serve me. Yeah, she's the goddess of vengeance, so that's where she comes from. She also twists everything, which is makes her super unlikable. I hope she's not right in all that she's saying. Or at least I hope the game doesn't portray her as being right. Find Elthas, follow him to Ukaizo, and let my justice fill your sails. How my siblings preened and postured after the events at Hasongo, but came no closer to consensus. I cannot stomach such disorder. You didn't need to reignite the Adra Lighthouse. You helped the colony knowing that Elthas was already moving toward Ukaizo. Why? Luminous Adra is no good to the Valians if it's been drained of power. I don't... Let's go with this one. The Huana are protective over the native Adra. I knew they'd appreciate it. Now you see what can happen when mortals assemble to meet a crisis head-on. Collaboration on that scale is rare, but also unreliable. My more compassionate and optimistic siblings are no doubt overjoyed, thinking they've somehow gotten the better of me. How wrong they are. So another of Nekataka's dirty secrets comes to light in a spectacularly dramatic fashion. You should think twice about your Huana friends if anyone pleads ignorance about the dragon beneath their streets. A dragon is not so easily hidden. Oh. Interesting. My screen sort of freaked out. Your screen didn't. But anyway, a dragon is not so easily hidden from the world, much less the eyes of royalty. Outsiders put the Huana in an impossible position. They compromised their ethics to survive. The Huana did, I think. The Huana think the diminishing of their oldest talent is a test from the gods. They couldn't be more wrong. Everything they do is a test, and we observe closely. And yet you allowed the beast to hunt the sky again. Was its freedom worth the price of an orderly, balanced society? Think on that. I did not expect the Wahaki to bend the knee to a Kahanga ruler. Perhaps chances are coming to the archipelago faster than I anticipated. This is a pleasing shift of fortunes. Submission to rightful authority is the only natural conclusion when the alternative is war and death. I hope that is a lesson mortals remember. So you killed that upstart pirate and put an end to his delusions of grandeur. Bravo. I thought I might chide you for slaying a ruthless and effective leader, but something about your righteous vengeance always brings a smile to my face. I'm beginning to question my trust in you, Watcher. This is a sacred communion, and your conduct is beneath any acceptable standard. Even though you're living up to my admittedly low expectations of mortals, know that I am displeased, and that is a dangerous way to approach me. You have no power over me, not Magrum, Woodica. I owe you nothing. Is that how you see it? Very well, then. I am the one at fault for putting any trust or confidence in you. From now on, you do well to leave my book shut forever.
Woedica nods stiffly. You feel her presence drift as a breeze, rustling as it goes.
I wonder if I was supposed... I wonder what that... Why I didn't get sound from that. And I wonder what happened to my screen that basically cut out. You didn't see it, but I did. And also, it's the end of the episode, so I guess we're not seeing anything else for right now. So I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode.